This is Wednesday, May 2nd, 2018. This is early morning, about 7:30 or so. I've got a new tool that I use for doing the calibration on the Hubsan H501s. I bought a really cheap plastic bamboo Lazy Susan. It's just big enough to set the quad on, and it'll do the calibration one. Just slowly turn it, and it's very smooth. It never changes elevation or anything. So I used that this morning just before this flight, and the nose down calibration is a little bit more difficult. You have to do that by hand until I make something to hold it on the Lazy Susan, and then I can just stick the nose down in that and turn it, and it should be perfect. But anyways, there's no metal in it, so it doesn't interfere with any of the electronics on the bird. Okay, this is the furthest up the driveway I've been till now, and I'm going to go down to that next driveway there. It's not a driveway, it's just an entrance to that field. I'm going to go down to there here in a minute. And I'm looking around on the farm and checking the distance, and it's all not that good. I mean, the video coming back to the flat panel on the advanced transmitter just keeps going staticky and fading out a little bit. I didn't lose it, but I've seen better, and it is better up close. And I made sure the paddle was facing the drone, so I don't know. Anyway, this is just early observations here. One thing, I still gotta say it, the Hubsan H501s and SS, it's the same bird, just different firmware. But I mean, they look nice, they kind of fly fairly nice, but they won't take any abuse at all. You run into something, you've messed up something on the bird. Open it up. I've already got just in a couple weeks here intermittent flying. I've already got one motor that's sounds like it's coming apart. It's not smooth, and I have oiled them. It's just junk. I mean, for $250 or so, this thing is junk. It looks pretty, it flies pretty good, but I wouldn't recommend getting one. Not to anybody, even once you know how to fly. I just don't think they're worth the money. But anyway, look, the camera, I've already had to do all kinds of editing to this video. I'm using Adobe Premiere Elements 14, and I had to use all kinds of editing options in it to get this to even look anywhere close to usable. I mean, it was pixelated. It looked like crap. And this it had a neutral density filter over the camera lens, and I took that off right away because I don't know, unless it's got bright light out, it just pixelates like like you look at a digital camera with the taking a snapshot in dark light, and you'll see the pixelation. And it looks like it's either deteriorating or the light has changed so much with these clouds and stuff that the last time I used it, several times that I used it, was bright. So I don't know what's going on. But I'm telling you, I'm not happy with this drone. I will be using it until it wears out, and I won't be replacing it. So I got my eye on something else, much better. It's got a 3-axis gimbal on the camera and a 4K camera in it, and you can set all the settings, brightness and color, and every setting you can imagine you can do. And I'll be buying that one next, unless I see something better come along. But Hubsan's just not gonna make it. I don't really want to do high quality videography. I mean, this is good enough in a sense. And this is good enough for what I bought this drone for, so I'm good with that. But for anything high quality, nah, this ain't the bird for you. So anyway, I used return to home here to get it close, and then I shut it off. And I'm just kind of looking around, wasting time here. And when I got back and landed this thing, I let it sit for a minute, and then I took off again. I wanted to look at this big maple tree in my front yard. So I went up and looked around, and the wind was kind of blowing a little bit, and I had it in GPS, and the thing just wasn't stable. It I don't know. This drone is a tree magnet. I mean, if there's a tree around, it'll hit it. Anyway, I hit the tree way up high on a little tiny branch and destroyed 2 of my prop guards, broke a prop, slammed the drone. The drone came down. It killed itself. It shut itself off and landed upside down in my fern bed. Unbelievable. So now I have no prop guards left. I've broken all of them. They're cheap. They're $11 to buy them, but they're just cheap junk from China. And anytime you think there's some good stuff coming out of China, you better look again. I am not a happy camper for Chinese junk. And you can take that with a grain of salt or a little bit of peanut butter or whatever, but I'm not a fan of Chinese junk. First it was the Japanese junk, then they started making better quality stuff because they knew we would be sick of it. Anyway, that's it.